Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all of the Achium who do this work in truth and sincerity, who risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as were the ones who are suffering under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Yakalio, and this video is about the times that we're in, man. Alright, and all the signs are there regarding the end of the ones who are currently in rulership. And who are the ones who are in rulership? The so-called white man, who are the biblical Edomites, who are the wicked. They're living through their blessing right now, which is the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven, and by the sword will he rule. And it's now coming to its end. And at the end of his rulership, we're going to witness the prophecies of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, manifest. Prophecies of great judgment and prophecies of great mercy. Great mercy upon who? The children of Israel, and the children of Israel only, who are the Lord's holy chosen people. Salvation is only for the Israelites, but of the children of Israel only a remnant will be saved, who are the elect of the nation of Israel. Right? And so there's great judgment at hand for the wicked unbelieving of our people. And Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai has been warning you children of Israel about these days that we are now in, as we're very much in the time spoken about in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, the beginning of sorrows. And all of the signs are there, man, that we're supposed to look out for regarding the end of Esau's kingdom. Upwards of the people around the world, which are these protests that are happening regularly, daily, right? Almost all around the world. And then the earthquakes as well, a sign of the end. Multiple earthquakes, man. And then observing the prophecies, looking at the times, we're once again in those beginning of sorrows. And given the times that we're in, the number one prophecy that we have eyes on right now is the mark of the beast prophecy, which is the microchip. This prophecy has to take place first before the destruction and the salvation and the kingdom can come. It has to be fulfilled first. So all eyes are on it, man, and its development. And so now, given the times that we're in, the prophecy is speaking louder than ever, man, regarding the mark of the beast. Now, the mark of the beast is a microchip, and the portion in the forehead and in the hand are both available and being implanted into people. And what we're witnessing now is the uprise in these microchip implants, which speaks to the times that we're in, and the advancement of the brain microchip technology itself. All right, we're in the period of time where it is still apparently advancing in regards to what it is capable of doing, which that speaks to the times. Okay, so it will eventually reach to its final, its final version when it is that, the mark of the beast prophecy is fulfilled. Okay, but it's all developing, and it's becoming a topic that is becoming more prominent around the world. And so this is why we're witnessing so much regarding its development. All right, for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. So Shanghai completes 18 mind control brain computer interface operations, which that's the brain microchip. All right, they call it brain computer interface, but it is a microchip that is implanted onto the brain, into the brain, however, it's done. All right. And over there in China, they have been accelerating its development. China is a place that is very much built up and, to me, ready for the prophecy to be fulfilled, as in It's ready for mandatory mass microchipping over there because they have their digital public infrastructure built all the way up to the point where you are required to be a part of the digital system in order to operate in China. So with that, the social credit system, the general development of the 15-minute cities, the smart cities, the central bank digital currency, the digital ID, everything over there, man. They have the system in place where, mandatory mass microchipping can happen. And so the rest of the world is speed running towards that. All right. And so I know I mentioned some stuff, but first, let me just get this precept right here. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, one that comes out very frequently, man, because of the times that we're in. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, which are the prophecies of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, but at the end it shall speak, the end of Esau's kingdom. Right? We know that these prophecies are going to be taking place at the end of the rulership of the so-called white man. So now that we're at the end of his kingdom, these prophecies are speaking. But at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So the visions are speaking very loudly, man. All right, and so I'm just going to play this fair use. All right, Shanghai completes 18 mind-controlled brain-computer interface operations, which this one was done on clinical trial. But to speak to the times that we're in and the advancements towards the prophecy, in China, they are past clinical trials, right? You no longer have to go through whatever channels in order to be, sign up as a patient, to be qualified for whatever. Okay, in China, they have commercialized the brain microchip, which means that it's for wholesale, right? So people no longer have to be clinically approved or anything like that. They can just purchase it for whichever institutions that provide it, and then they can have it implanted by whichever medical professionals are able to do it, but it's for commercial use, right? Which shows us where it's at. And so even with the clinical trials, they're showing a decent number of people who are receiving the brain microchip at a more fast rate than over here in the West.
植入这个脑机接口之后啊，跟之前相比有什么最大的变化呢？您感受？
人比以前快乐，也比以前开朗很多。
那您以前那个状态有多久了呢
？5、6年吧，一直在自己的世界里，自己感觉黑暗，活着没什么意思。现在就感觉叫我重新找到了生活的方向了嘛。
以前那个基本上都没怎么出过门，整天在。
You see this the brain microchip is becoming something more almost prominent than the hand microchip, because the hand microchip, it's been out there for several years, and you have people who are microchipped and whatever else, and they have done the news articles on it, YouTube videos on it, etc. But you see, the brain microchip is something that is being advertised for medical aid for individuals. So because it's being promoted as a device for medical aid, it is something that is becoming more like sold openly to the public, right? From X manufacturer to Y manufacturer to Z manufacturer, and them all developing and promoting it. You can see the kind of vibration that's happening, man, because it's something that is being promoted for medical usage, right? Separately from like the hand microchip, which is something that catches the eye of like the biohackers, people who want to merge with technology. All right, those are the people who are more interested in the hand microchip. All right, but you have like these people who are in these extraordinary medical situations that, they're looking for this brain microchip, man, because they're seeing what it's able to do. And so whenever something is promoted on a medical level to aid and to treat, it's something that becomes definitely more out there to the world. Okay?
床上躺着啥也做不了，现在跟正常人一样。
Because in recent times, in recent months, years even, the thing that really regarding the mark of the beast prophecy, because the hand portion has been out there for so long, that it is really news about the brain microchip that we're really seeing more so in these times right now.
打游戏啊，什么聊天，这都可以有。
All right, so you can see it, man. Okay? And so, just in general, this lets us know the times that we're in. And Romans 13 and verse 11 says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. All right, so our salvation is very close, man. Given the times that we're in, measuring the time diligently, observing the prophecies, man. Looking at what's going on in the world, our salvation is very close, and as it is written, so it shall be done. That knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Right, the whole armor of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, which is the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Right, let us walk honestly, as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahushai, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. All right, so we know the journey and the walk that we're a part of, man. All right, and the message is to keep pushing, keep fighting. We know the times that we're in, we know what's coming next. All right, and the Lord let us know as well that given the times that we're in, this gospel shall be preached to the four corners of the earth, and then shall the end come, to paraphrase, right? So we know that this word has gone out there as well. We know that the famine of the word is coming. We know that our persecution is coming. We know some of us are going to be beheaded. Some of us are going to be thrown into prison, and some of us are going to receive spiritual power, right? So now we're in these last and final days, weeks, and months. And, we have to keep going, man. We have to keep fighting. And, we know as well that Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is going to preserve us in these times that are coming, right? As the scriptures say in the book of Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved, and it will be those of the elect of the nation of Israel who will be saved, and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Right? So we have the faith, man, and which is given unto us from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, and our faith shows our works. And so, all of us that are doing this work diligently, man, we're of the hopeful elect. We hope to be saved. All right, and so we know the judgment for the wicked unbelieving of our people, man. But we know we're coming into times where, the Lord is going to be showing great mercy unto his elect. All right, and Lord willing, we experience this, man. Isaiah 65 and verse 11, but ye are they that forsake the Lord Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. All right, so this is, the condition for the wicked unbelieving of our people, man. But we believe, right? When the Lord called, we answered. All right, and we pray that we endure unto the end. As the scriptures say, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right? So the Lord is going to take care of us, man. All right? The Lord is going to feed us. The Lord is going to protect us. Right? Of course, we look towards the salvation that Yahushua will be bringing with his return. Okay? But there's going to be mercy shown unto the Lord's elect before that, during the times that we're in now, which is Jacob's trouble. All right, the Lord is going to keep us and preserve us, man, until that day that our Lord Yahushua returns to, Lord willing, deliver us. Okay, behold, my servant shall sing for joy. All right, you don't sing for joy when you're starving. You know what I'm saying? Of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl up for vexation of spirit. And the servants will also be singing for joy, because we know the times we're in. Right now we're singing for joy, because Esau's kingdom is very much at its end, man. The prophecies are speaking loudly, right? We know that, one big event right now can easily turn things over, man. Observing all of the prophecies, we can see how they've all been built up, right? And that things can pop off, right? I mean, the famine, for example, can happen any day now, regarding how many different angles the Lord has been tearing down the food supply to bring about the famine. And the Lord is using the wicked elite of Esau, Edom, to bring about these things. All right, but we are going to be taken care of, man. All right, and our salvation is nearer than when we believed. All right, 2 Ezra chapter 2 and verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. Right, Khan, be not weary, man. All right, the journey has been a long and tumultuous journey, but it's not finished as yet. We have to finish our course, man. We have to keep going and we have to keep pushing. All right. So pray to be in the spirit, man, and to keep fighting. And we're going to continue to fall. All right. But keep getting up and keep fighting, man. All right. I read it again. Be not weary. For when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. Right? We know the blessing is coming, man. It's already promised to us. The Lord is eager to give it to us as well. Right? And so even, being in 2 Ezra 2, since I'm here, I'll read what we're looking forward to. 2 Ezra 2 and verse 42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs, the elect of the nation of Israel, right? Those who are going to be delivered, men. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So this young man is Yahushua, who is setting crowns, okay? Upon who? The servants of the Lord, the 144,000. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He asked and said unto me. So you see, he said, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? Which means that, Ezra saw the innumerable multitude, right, who were saved. But then there were a separate few, right? What are these? What are these over here? Right, that he saw being crowned, right? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, which starts with 144,000. All right, and then the rest of the elect, which will consist of men, women, and children that believe. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power that thou hast seen. All right, so this is what we're hoping for, man, that we are a part of one of those who are chosen from the foundation of the earth. One of those who, was with Yahushua creating all of this, right? We're hoping that we're one of those men, man. So, continue to push, man, because the times are clear that we're at the end. With that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kodesh. Shalom.